Hi, everybody. Okay, live number two. Baby is napping. We actually took the kids so they could run around and get all their wiggles out. There is a park on the way to the baby's school that we've seen a couple times. And so we went there for like 45 minutes. It was so fun. And as we're leaving, I literally said, baby girl, because Betty was in the grass. I was like, baby girl, you gotta get out of the grass because dogs poop there. Because I saw a dog poop. And Vera's like, what? And to like run over to see what I was saying to the baby because she can't mind her own business. None of my kids can. They have to be in my business all the time. And literally steps in the poop. That's how my day's going. But the park was really, really fun. We had a great time. Playing. And I'm not one to be like, I'm not going to correct somebody if I'm in a grocery store and somebody around me says a bad word around my kids or anything. But dude, we were at a kids' park and there was like a 12-year-old girl there. And her parents were there and heard it. And she was saying bad words and they weren't saying anything to her. And it was, my kids know we've had this conversation about words, and because I'll be on, Emily cusses like a sailor. So does her husband. And I'll have them on speakerphone and they won't know they're on speakerphone and they'll say bad words. So my kids like understand that people say bad words and it's grown up words and we just don't do that in this house, blah, blah. But I'm like, for them to then see like a kid, like, oh, anyway, okay. But I didn't say anything because I'm like, it's not my place and my kids know, but all my kids went like this. Like, yeah. Everybody parents different, but I'm like, Jesus. But I'm like, at a kid's park, and if it had happened in like a Trader Joe's, wouldn't even face me. But I'm like, you're literally letting your kids run around on a playground. Most of the kids there were little kids, young kids. My kids, well, I wouldn't say my kids are the oldest because there was a group of kids, those kids were there, they were older. And then they had squirt guns and they were squirting everybody. I'm like, no, we're don't, you think it's funny because you have the squirt gun, but nobody else thinks it's funny. I did actually say something to that kid. I was like, please don't squirt my kids. And I said it loud enough for their parents to hear. I was like, please don't squirt my kids. We didn't come here to get wet. Because my kids were not enjoying it. Anywho. But and now to be fair, it's not a normal day at the park because it was very crowded because everyone's out of school. It's a little chaos. But and that just made it sound like it was terrible at the park. It wasn't. It was wonderful. Yeah. And my kids are feral. My kids were filthy. Okay. So you guys, we have this tumbler. We're at the end of this live, we're gonna get this guy under epoxy. This is kind of me showing you guys. I touched this tumbler. I'm not gonna wash this tumbler. I've touched it with my bare hands because everyone's like, oh, you gotta wash it with soap and water. And like, if you're using a good epoxy, you don't have to worry about it. My issue is this: the big, sometimes these big decals will fisheye because they're so slick. But I'm not even gonna worry about it because it probably needs 2 coats of epoxy anyways. So this one's gonna go under epoxy at the end of this live. So we'll be working with epoxy. So if you are new to doing epoxy and you kind of just want to see the process go through, we will be doing that at the end of this live. If you missed the live earlier, there are new rhinestones called the upside down. They're like almost all premium stones. It's flames and volcano stones. And then there is black in this mix. I should have brought water down. Ooh, black in this mix as well, because we need black for some of our tumblers. Move some of these out of the way. Sorry, I started moving stuff out of the way because I need to put my heat press up. Okay, so we are going to, bring up comments. Here we go. Refresh. Sorry, bring up comments. Hi, guys. Happy second live. Yes, and I might even be live tonight. I'm just trying to hold on to my sanity today. This is a day where Betty's in preschool, and it's expensive in California, like double what it was in Texas, in California. And they take so much vacation time and teacher in service days. I'm like, it's preschool. It's wild to the point where I'm contemplating pulling her out and looking for other avenues because like dude, her last day of school was Friday and she doesn't go back to January 5th. And I'm like, wait a minute. We pay you so that you take our child so that we can work. But if you're taking 2 weeks off, I say that our company does. There's no like business that takes 2 weeks off. So parents need their kids in preschool. And I get Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day having those days off. But the other days, my kids should be in that preschool because that's what we pay for. We pay for childcare for me to work and for Ivan to work and for all kids for their parents for their kids to work. So yes, that's on me for not checking the schedule when we put her in that preschool. But I would never have guessed that they were gonna take just random 2 weeks off. So it irritates me. I'm gonna go look at this. I'm obviously gonna look at the schedule for the rest of the year, and if this is about to happen again in like the next month, if they take days off, I'm gonna be like, you're not the right preschool. Because I'm like, I can just pay my nephew to take my baby for the day, and he would happily probably take her and pay the same amount, and he would have her every day, even Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Yeah, it's crazy. So it's been a little bonkers today. 'Cause today would be a normal day for her to go home, for her to go to school. Um, and Mama's tired. But we're rolling through. But anyway, that's my gripe on preschool. Jesus, I'm using you guys as a therapy session apparently today. Mama's tired. I called Ivan today and said, this is not working anymore. You need to sort out, you need to get a job here in California and you need to be in California in the next 2 weeks. Like, this is not working anymore. I'm tired. Boeing, Northrop Grumman, all the big engineering firms do. Lillian Rose does, and which I was going to tell you guys, we've done this every year since being a business because we are a small business and we can kind of do whatever we want. And so it's always very slow, anyways, between Christmas and New Year's. So we essentially shut down. Alyssa will be doing a little bit here. I will obviously still be doing lives with you guys because I wouldn't even know what to do with myself without going live. Like, I can, like, missing a day or two is like whatever, but this is my crafting with you guys is my like. I know sometimes I don't do a lot of crafting and I just do a lot of talking, but this is my downtime. This is my brains breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, we're gonna sublimate. Blah 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 blah. Now, so let me just tell you what my dilemma is right now. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why. And you know why they do it is because parents tolerate it. I feel like all the preschool schools in the area got together and said, hey, we're just going to do this. And then they can't say nothing because nobody does it. Like, wild. It's taking everything in me to not start this tumbler. One, because I think this is a beautiful tumbler. But today's upside down stones, the flame stones on this sucker, perfect coloring because this is literally the colors of the flame. The volcano stones on these because this is literally the colors of the volcanoes. So I'm just like, it's very hard for me to not start this tumbler with these stones, but I also really want to do the Harry Potter one. We were going to do Universal and Walt Disney World for spring break, but we're definitely not doing that this year. Nowhere in the budget does it allow for us to do that because we now have mortgages on 2 properties and it's insane. So I told my mom, I said, we're passing. Our big thing this year is that we just live in California now. That's our vacation. But we were going to go to Universal, and I just love this. We love Harry Potter, but I also really steampunk, but I also think, even though this is the first one that like jumps out at me of like my style, for the upside down stones, well, the bumblebee is my style perfect, but the upside down rhinestones from today would look amazing on this. Amazing on this. So this is the one that I'm having a hard time. This one, and then the succulent one is the ones that I'm having a really hard time stepping back from and not doing because I really, really, really want to. Because I feel like it would be amazing on this. Yeah, and you know what's funny, Amy? The comment about the weeks off is, and I only know that because when I lived in LA, I was married to an engineer, and all the friends that we subsequently knew because of that was all engineers, and all those engineers, all of them took those 2 weeks off. They did the shutdown, which was nice. It was nice. I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful that I can gift that to my employees, and they can have those days to defuse and regroup. Okay, so if you're just jumping in, oh, sorry, you guys. Starting over. Oh, good. That was only a 10-minute rant. Okay, starting over. Let's craft. Get my head in the game. Get in the game, Summer. Okay, so there is a new complete pack. If you missed the live earlier, the complete pack, we worked on this tumbler. Okay, it comes with this big, beautiful decal. This is a biggie. I believe it's 5.5 inches wide. So it's a big boy. Okay, it's beautiful. And then you have this one. It says, strength is what you gain from the madness you survive. Okay, so I put that on down here. So we put that. This is the tumbler that we did the glitter by design and stuck it up here. And then this one. So this is another busy cup. You know me, I like a busy cup. Okay, strength is what we gain from the madness we survive. Big, beautiful skull with floral design. Okay. And then I have this up here with the glitter by design. So pretty. So I don't mix the glass anymore. I am ordering them directly from our manufacturers, and they are packaging them in the 1,440 pieces bags. So they come pre-mixed. Because I was only, even when I was mixing on camera with you guys, I only had such a small amount. It wasn't the same anyway. So we are not mixing these, pre-mixing these, but they're amazing. They have the does anybody want these? They're the smaller trays. I have 3 of them in my cart. I will need 4 of them. I will never use these. I only have 3 of the lids though. I only see 3 lids. I don't know what I've done with all the lids. I won't really use these little ones. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that with my whole chest, but because I feel like once I do an RBD, this is what I'm gonna want. But I've got 4 of these in one lid. I don't need them. It probably cost me more to ship these to somebody than it will than how much it would be to just go buy these. Oh yeah, so Alyssa's been doing a phenomenal job of getting the photos up for you guys. But let me show it to you guys. This one has flame stones in it, and it has. Most of us will take anything. Well, I'll have Ivan take these back, and Alyssa will just shove them in an order then. These have flame stones in them, and it has volcano stones. Okay. So I'm missing one light. I've got my rhinestone light. So every angle, the black ones are just solid black, but the other stones, every angle you hold it at is a different color. I just dropped one. Every angle you hold it at is a different color. They're chameleon stones, essentially. They call them flame and volcano. Sorry, I couldn't think of the second word. Does that mean that a mix won't be a mix, but will be a few packages of, no. So what they're doing is they're mixing the colors. I'm choosing the colors and the sizes. They are the flame ones are the same as the plumeria mix. Yep. No, so I'm choosing the colors and the sizes that I want. Then they're taking those colors and sizes, they're mixing them all together, and then they're bagging them in 1,440 stones per bag. So they're then bagging them because they have machines that literally count stone by stone, and it shoots one stone and it counts them out and can count them for us. So some of them you're seeing are black. Those are black. There's black ones, and there's some that are like the plumeria, and then there's some that are the there's volcano and plumeria. Yes. So when you order a mix, it's going to come just like this in the mix. I'm going to stop putting them back in the bag. Yes. All right. So there's $7. I put there's $7.30 per pack. Okay, for 1,440 cents. Now, these are the new designs for today. We have this beautiful, this is the one I'm having these stones will look amazing on here. So enchanted koi fish, gears of love. I'm obsessed with steampunk. So again, very difficult for me to not start this. Okay. And this one is Wizard Path. This is very Harry Potter inspired for all of our Harry Potter lovers. We know we've got them. Obsessed. Honeycomb, because I can't pass up a bee. Get Lost. This is very good for my monochromatic lovers, and for it could also be a masculine tumbler. Very simple. It's going to be just like that kind of beige taupey color with the black. It's gonna be so pretty. Am I going to put the fish on tumbler? I don't know. I'm contemplating, because out of these, that's my least me style. But I think that this is phenomenal for these stones. So my brain wants to do it. I would immediately be doing this one, except for I've already got this tumbler that I've started, that I've got to finish, or at least get 2/3 of the way done before I'll start another kind of westerny, feathery skull design, because I started this one. So I got to get cracking on that one so that I can feel less bad about doing another similar style. But this, absolutely, this is me on a sheet. I love this one. Okay, so these are all sublimation prints that you're seeing here, but we also sell these as a vinyl wrap. You can also get it as a sublimated tumbler, where we will sublimate the tumbler for you. Okay, and then you get it, and then you take your rhinestones and do something awesome with them. So this one, I just got started with the bridges of some of these feathers, and have not finished anywhere near. Okay, so this is the complete pack, if you missed it. Okay, this is a 20-ounce wrap. This is a full sheet, gilded roses. I used some of them on the tumbler already. And then you get this total tumbler that says, you won't be everyone's cup of tea because you're champagne, darling. And then it's got some wildflowers in white. And then it's got some wildflower branches. And then I also used already this decal and this decal from this page. And then it comes with this huge, beautiful skull and succulent and roses mix. And then a full sheet of succulents. Okay, so this is the complete pack for today. This just launched today. There's only 25 of these total. So there's only 25 of these bundles available. So once they're gone, they're gone. Okay. Okay. So let's do some stuff. Okay. So let's pick. We're gonna sublimate. We're gonna sublimate a tumbler. Okay. So I'm gonna get my sublimation press heating. Okay, so that's gonna heat up behind me. Which one are we gonna do? Some you guys wanna pick? How about you guys pick which one we do? I'm not gonna design this one. What we're gonna do is you're gonna pick the tumbler that we're gonna press. You all vote which one. You pick bees, hiking, skull, bee, wizard, steampunk, or koi fish. And then I'm gonna press it. And then I will pick from everybody who places an order today. I'm just gonna randomly pick have a number generator, pick a number, and I'm gonna, whatever order, I'm gonna pick that order in the order numbers, that number, and I'm gonna put the tumbler and these 4 cases with that order. I'm gonna obviously ship it from here, but. So somebody's gonna win the tumbler and these cases. Okay, Mary says steampunk. Anita says fish. So we got the votes in for the steampunk rose. So which one would you want to, if you're placing an order today, which one would you want to win in case you're the winner? So vote for that one. Koi fish, another koi fish. Okay, so we got koi fish and steampunk. There's a lot of people watching, but nobody commenting. Fish. Okay, everyone's It's just, see, that's so funny. Steam, okay, Amy, I could have guessed that was gonna be okay. Okay, it's almost even. Okay, you guys, it feels like it's got, everyone's going with fish. Like steam, the fish. Okay. Steampunk. Everybody's fighting for that steampunk. Okay, so I'm gonna get ready. We're gonna sublimate. I've got my tape. Still haven't. Christy actually says, Summer, dude, that tape thing is very easy to put together. You're just on a live. You're just getting frustrated because you're on a live and you're trying to fumble through it. I was like, 100%. So she's like, get me on the phone. She's like, I got the same one. It's very, very straightforward and easy. I was like, okay. My brain just was seeing it the way that the ones in our warehouse are, and this one is nothing like it. Okay, I got my 20 ounce. Get ready. The fish has lots of swirlies, yes, to do all your fish. Okay, everyone's voting fish. We got a couple steampunk, but pretty much everyone's saying fish. Hi, Lindsay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and heat press. We're gonna sublimate this onto the tumbler. I do not get this thing. Because the tape is supposed to go on here. That's just that simple. Hold on. Okay, this is actually listed under our, I think it was just that simple. My brain was telling me this. I still don't really know what this is in the middle. Oh, look at that. Well, okay then. Never mind. This thing is amazing. I just figured it out. My brain, when I was on the live before, was like, why won't it turn like a normal, like dial it? I thought it was supposed to go up and over, but it goes under and you spin it and it cuts the pieces like the perfect size for you and hangs them out there. And then this one is like, this is supposed to hold tape, but what is this thing? Well, this black thing holds the tape on. So yeah, it just took me seeing it for a second time to get to go there. Okay. So this is under our list. If you go onto our Amazon store, this is listed on our Amazon store. It comes with tape. It also comes with heat gloves. I ordered the pack that comes with these grippers, and it comes with the heat gloves, and it comes with this. It comes with tape. I already had the skinny tape, but it comes with the 2 rolls of tape. It's a wonderful little package. I think it was like $20. You ordered 4 new oopsies. So just FYI, guys, keep in mind the warehouse is done. Today is their last day. I know, it's so cool. Wait till you start seeing me use this. Now I'm super stoked on this. Glad I reached over and grabbed it. Today, this is the last day of anybody being in the warehouse until January 5th. So no orders are leaving the warehouse from now until January 5th. So just have patience. And then it'll be like how Spooktacular is when they come in. They're just going to be combining all the orders and getting them out. Doom, 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 doom. I will still be live. I will still be doing launches. I have games planned. I've come up with some really fun games in my mind. Yes, the coupon codes are 1 per person because they are limited stock on a lot of those things. So it is 1 per person. Yeah. So each coupon code you can use 1 time. So you can buy, there's 3 different things you can buy, and that gives you 3 different things for free. Yes, no problem, Monica. So no orders are leaving the warehouse from and they won't, nothing is going to be starting to ship out until the 5th, January 5th. Okay. You got your swag bags? Nice. Well, that came pretty fast considering they shipped on the 16th, 17th. Because usually in the month of December, all the shipping is very, very, very delayed. So December is usually rough. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take this. I've got my little trimmer. This is also on our Amazon shopping page because I love this thing. I can get like it will cut off a hair's breadth of paper. So I can put this up here, and if it's off by even a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, I can fix it with just a smidge of a cut. So I bring it down. I'm not there yet. A little bit tense. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure this is pushed up against. Too far in. Oh, see, I didn't hold the paper down. So you hold, it has this little guard so you don't chop your fingers off, but this guard will hold your paper down so you can get the perfect slice and get it like, this is a million times better than the other thing I used to use. And I thought the other thing I used to use was easy. This is even better. Okay, line it up perfectly. Lift this up. And then I do a sample slice and I see where it's gonna land. It's a little too far in. I don't cut it all the way through. It's too far. So see, there's like this tiniest bit of white right there. I can actually go through. And get that off. It's crazy how my other one, there's no way you could have taken off that little, it's literally it's like a hair. There's no way, camera can't even focus on it. There's no way my other cutter would have done that. This thing is amazing. Yep, that was good. Sorry, I thought it was cutting too far, so I stopped it, but it was going good. Okay. Okay. Hi, Bob. Please go upstairs. What do you need?
They won't help me clean.
I didn't say you had to clean. I said you guys could play Prodigy.
I thought you said clean.
I said pick up a little bit in the living room and then you can play Prodigy.
Oh.
What are they doing?
On Prodigy?
Oh yeah, go ahead and play Prodigy, babe. Yeah. Okay, so then we're gonna take this. I don't trim the bottom or the other edge. I mean, you can, but to me, it's a kind of a waste of time. I'm gonna go in. It's personal preference for me. I'm always trying to do everything as fast as I can because I've got very limited minutes before that baby is awake or my kids want to come down here just to stare at me. It's a hoot. Okay. There we go. So then I use my this doohickey. I'm gonna cut a little of the tail off just so it's not in my way because it's really a pain. Okay, cut a little of the tail off. See, this thing is great. It slides that paper on very, very firmly. Has a rubber band. You can hook it. It's going to hold it. I snug that one up. You can see I apply the paper when it's facing down. I make sure it's really, really snug. You can see the color overlaps that edge. So I like to leave that on there. So look at this. Okay. So then this tape dispenser, amazing. Okay. It pre-cuts those for me. How you put your tape on is generally personal preference. Okay. Some people tape it up this way. Some people do a whole bunch this way. Maddie liked them this way. She felt like she was like taping it this way and then pulling it nice and taut this way. It's personal preference. So now watch, roll it. And it cuts them for me in the perfect size. Oh, this is amazing. I didn't even know. I thought I was just getting a regular tape dispenser. I wonder if the one in the warehouse does this. I've only ever used this, like the thing that has the ridges here, like a regular tape dispenser. That thing is fantastic. Okay, now we're going to undo this. Okay. You need your summer ASMR. Oh my gosh, Amy, I'm actually doing an ASMR video. Oh, here, I'll show you guys really quick. So I think I'm gonna start a crafty ASMR channel because I'm obsessed with ASMR. If you're not an ASMR person, this is gonna be pointless to you. But I'm working on filming it right now. I mean, editing it right now. My brain loved this so much. It's not edited down at all. This is like the long form version. But even like this. If you don't understand ASMR, you won't understand ASMR. If you don't understand ASMR, you've probably never had trauma, thank God. And if you have had trauma and you have not actually looked into ASMR therapy, this is actually a therapy. This ASMR is a therapy. And it's just people just are obsessed with it. Yes, give me more. The farrier work, yes. So all the cracking noises that we do are so good for ASMR. So I'm trying to figure out how to be able to do, I will have a fully different channel for that, by the way. I'm not going to, I know that people who hate it. So I'm not going to force anybody to have to figure out which ones are ASMR and which ones aren't. But like, I feel like so much of what I do is got so much good ASMR. Even this tape, like twisting this tape and it goes as it crunches the tape. It is a million times more difficult to film, especially with my crew, because like I can't, this is old footage. This is from a year ago that I filmed this. This is one of the videos that I thought I lost. Thank God I had actually transferred it from that phone to this phone. So when I, like, after I stopped panicking and I started thinking, like my brain go back to thinking again, I was like, I wonder if I ever transferred it to this is my personal phone. So that, because sometimes I'll transfer the file real quick so I can just edit while I'm laying in bed and then transfer it back to the other phone. And thank God some of them I did. Not all of them, but some of them I did. So I've got this one done. Digging into glass rhinestones and a rhinestone bowl. Oh, girl, there's so much. Even just this and the machine that we're going to put it in. Anyway, so yeah. So big fan of ASMR. But sorry if you hate ASMR and I just did that to you. I'm sorry. But it's coming. But I want to have a few ready to go because they take a long time to film. They take forever to edit. And I want to be able to launch like on a steady basis, I guess. Farrier work, I like the cows. Half the time because I'm like, cows, like we have a herd of cows, and I'm like, I feel like they have so much work, these cow farrier people that have infections and problems. I'm like, I mean, we've had our cows for what, 6 years now, and we've never had one issue. Oh, the whispering and the mouth noises. I don't get into the mouth noises like people going on a lollipop, like I'm like, I have a husband who chews with his mouth full. I'm good, thanks. And all my free time that I have. Yes, but see this, filming that, one, I'm crafting, and two, I'm crafting and getting to, I know that I'm doing ASMR, so it's really fun. Like that one was really fun to film. I filmed a whole unconventional materials series, and that was one of them. Okay, so now we've got our heat press. This heat press is phenomenal. It does the work for you. We do have this linked in our Amazon store under sublimation. You can make the heat higher, lower. You can like here, push heat, then push higher or lower. I'm going to lower it down to 150 today just because, and I'm going to change the time to, let's do, oops, that's up. Let's change the time to 40 seconds. I want to show you guys the difference. So with these sublimation, there's no tried and true temperature because all sublimation presses, even though it's 350 degrees, you would think 350 degrees is 350 degrees. It isn't. That's why all flat irons, 450 can be 470 on some and 440 on some. They're not all created equally. This one is pretty even balanced, but there is a range of 340 to 380 degrees or something like that for sublimating. I'm doing 350 at 40 seconds. So you're going to place it in. I always put my tape facing up. This is a good habit to get into because, oops, why is this? Oops, hold on. Oh no. I apparently paused the video. Give me a second. So I'm gonna, okay. Oops, hold on. Sorry, I paused it. I pushed pause on the video or something. Okay. So this is a good habit to get into, is keeping your tape facing up. That way, if you see how tight it got, the whole machine, it goes really, really, really tight. That way, if you're doing a bunch of these and you lose track of if you've pressed this once or twice, you will know if you always start it with the tape facing up, you will know that's on its first press. I pressed twice. I'm a double presser. Okay, we're going to do it we did it for 40 seconds or 50. Was that 40 or 50 seconds? I'm going to say 40 because I feel like that went by too fast. The temperature, yes and no. Okay. Ooh, my tape's coming off. That's weird. I think it's the way it's twisted. Okay, so then I'm going to spin it. If it gets too hot for too long, it will burn the ink. So I'm going to just do like 20 seconds on this side. You can do 40. I'm just doing this quickly so we can be done. I mean, if you don't have yes, it will determine how bright the colors are in a sense. If you go too low in temperature and not enough seconds, your color will be very faded. If you go too long, it will burn. So then I'm going to come down to the end of just the bottom of the tumbler. I'm going to this is how I avoid ghosting on this bottom edge. I put in just the butt and I go. And that way the foam underneath this inside, there's like a foaminess. You'll see it. It's like the cushion. It kind of squeezes over and almost goes, is it squeezing? It kind of compresses and kind of goes over that edge. Just like if you push down into a mattress, your hand goes in, but there's kind of like it kind of bubbles around your hand as your hand goes down. That's kind of what this is doing. And that helps you to avoid ghosting. Some people also do it along the top edge. Especially if you're doing if you're doing a tumbler that has black, like a full black background, I highly recommend doing this. A little at the top and then a little at the bottom. So Pecan Beauty, this is, if you were going to invest anything, I would invest in this heat press. I would not invest personally. I would not invest in a sublimation printer because the good ones are very expensive. And so unless you're doing like a full on blown business, they're not worth having. They also have lots of problems. And then you can buy a cheaper printer and convert it to sublimation. But before you do that, I urge you to join the sublimation group and hear out all the people who are complaining and having issues and their ink, if the ink lines in those converted printers, because they are not designed for sublimation ink, it will work, it will print, but they are not designed for sublimation ink. And if you go like 6 days without printing something, that ink in that print line will dry up and crust. even just the little end, just a little piece on the very end dries up in crust. Because it's not made for sublimation ink, it does not have a cleaning process for sublimation ink, and you can flush those print heads or printers as much as you want, and it ain't gonna do nothing, and your whole computer, your whole printer is done. So we have one of those in the warehouse because I said I'm gonna try it. I know I'm saying this, but because I've heard this and I'm learning from other people's mistakes, right? And there are going to be people who are like, no, it's great, it's wonderful. They probably have a business, or they probably have like a little alarm on their watch that says print something, and they print something every day, so that they can. Yeah, they're a mess. And then the sublimation machines, they cycle themselves so that the things don't dry out. But that machine is super duper expensive, and the ink for that machine is crazy expensive. Trust me, we have one. Because if you don't use their ink, well, one, they have very difficult and customer service. They are the best sublimation printer on the market, Sawgrass, but they have really crappy customer service, and they really don't help you at all when something goes wrong with your machine. So we've actually gone through 4 of them. I think I just bought our 4th one. So I personally would not recommend getting a sublimation printer. I would just buy the prints from us. We literally charge you like the paper, the ink, and like $1 for the person who has to man it and print it. Like, you're not like overpaying, because people are like, oh, I can print them cheaper at home. You cannot. Sublimation paper is expensive, and the ink is stupid expensive. So you don't save that much money. And it's just it's a hassle. It is really a headache. Some you see are bright and some are more faded. It might just be that the person doesn't know how to print super great. This one came out really pretty. This has got like a greenish, kind of hazy green background. Still very warm. With sublimation, it's nice. You can but look. Oh, that came out gorgeous. But see, look at this beauty. Now this, with today's upside down, those flame stones on this, oh, so good. Yeah. But see how the color goes all the way to the end, and you can see it almost even goes over the edge, because that paper just kind of, when that presses it in, it kind of goes at the bottom press and kind of pushes that paper down along that bottom edge, and you get a really nice fit there. But yeah, this heat press is only $139. I recommend it. And it comes with, if you buy the one that we have linked, I believe it comes with this, and I think it came with a roll of tape. I can't remember. I know it came with a set of gloves, because I now have 2 set of gloves, because a set of gloves also came with this thing. Yeah. Loves. Okay, now let's play. I'm going to put on my chemical respirator. So if you guys are just jumping in, there's a lot up today. Wild that I decided to launch all this stuff 2 days before Christmas. But you know what? Sometimes we need to treat ourselves. We've been focusing on everybody else. We've been buying presents for everyone else, wrapping presents, going to these holiday things and celebrating and having all this fun. For ourselves, we have fun too, but we've been really focused on giving for other people. So today I'm calling it Treat Yourself Day, because we launched a new glass rhinestone mix. We launched 5 new tumbler designs. This is one of them. We launched a new hat, a new sublimated hat, Perfectly Imperfect. We have 3 active coupon codes to buy something, get something free. Oh, this computer. I've needed a new computer for about 2 years, and I keep limping it along because I bought a new computer and I absolutely hate using it. But this one doesn't hold a charge. It died just sitting here. Okay. So we're gonna let's glitter the bottom of this one. So we're gonna give this one away. This tumbler is gonna be given away. If you place an order today, you're automatically entered into winning this guy. What we're gonna do with this guy is, I'm gonna select a name, and I'm sorry, not name. I'm gonna select a number, and then when all the orders come in for today, so tomorrow, I'm gonna count down. I'm gonna have a random number generator, pick a number, and it'll say like 27, and then I'll go 27 orders down, and that person, I will put the tumbler into their order and these 4 things, because I'm going to send this home with Ivan. I'm going to put this back in its box, send this home with Ivan, and say, give this to Alyssa and write your name. I'll write your name on it. Okay. Keep in mind, everything you guys order right now will not be leaving the warehouse until starting on January 5th. That does not mean your order will go out on January 5th. That means the crew is coming back in on January 5th. They will start picking and pulling orders in order. But we have a lot going on between now and January 5th. Like I said, we've got a bunch of games that I'm going to be playing with you guys. We're going to be playing roulette. We got some things going on. Fun holiday stuff. So I'm going to be here having fun, entertaining you guys while our crew is off for the holidays. They get 2 weeks off, essentially. It's even better for them because they have Thursdays and Fridays off. Sorry, they have Fridays off, so they get 3-day weekends anyway. So the way it lays out is they get a really nice holiday. Okay, so we're going to put on a chemical respirator. We're going to put on our nitrile gloves. We're going to glitter the bottom of this tumbler and get it ready to go. Let's see. Who should we put on the bottom of here? Job? Do you think Job? The orange? Or should we go more burgundy-ish? Because the burgundy. Oh, no, let's see. Or gold. Oh, or that green. So this is my glitter organization right now. These are all the glitters that Alyssa has sent me. I ordered glitter jars to put these in, and they showed up. I ordered 2-ounce glitter jars, but they're 2 ounces by volume, and they're these tiny little jars. I'm like, oh. And then I'm so busy, I forgot to return them, and now it's past the date, so I have these completely useless jars. Zeus is a good choice. So we've got Job or Zeus. Oh, Shepherd BB. Okay, I'm gonna pick out a few, and you guys are gonna vote. So get ready. Okay, I've got a few. Okay, so with these tumblers, if you're kind of new to hang out with us, do I have a sneak peek of the RBD? Sneak peek for RBD. Do I have a sneak peek for RBD? Well, like I probably would, except for my computer died. A black bottom. You're going outside the box? Black butt? A black butt? No. One, because I don't have any good black glitter here. I have Flynn, but I don't feel like Flynn is going to be a good one for this. Yeah, my computer, it won't even turn on. It says no battery. But look, okay. Connor. Connor is a good choice. Shepherd. Okay, Connor. This is Shepherd. These are both holographics. Okay, Shepherd. Zeus. Opalescent. Job. For like kind of the creamy orangey-ness, like in the tail and stuff. Or Bosley, like a gold. Keep it classy. Green. Always Sandy. Sandy's always going to vote for the green. What do you guys think? I feel like Connor is a good one. But Connor, I'd have to use regular epoxy. I can't do UV resin. Shepherd. Anita says Shepherd. I do agree with you. I feel like Job is out. Jerry says Connor. That's what I said, Connor. I feel like Jerry and Bosley are out. Because I want to hold them up. Shepherd. Okay, people are saying Connor, and Shepherd. Okay. No Zeus? Okay, so everyone's saying Connor or Shepherd. I kind of agree. Alyssa, Job. She loves Job. Okay. It's like dead even between these two. Pecan keeps changing her mind. Okay, Zeus is out, so it's between these two. Okay, so let's gather our senses here. Always green. Connor. Okay, I think we're gonna go with Connor. We've got 3 for Shepherd, but all the rest are Connors. Okay, we're gonna go Connor. Another Connor. All right, so we're gonna go Connor for this guy. So we're gonna put this off to the side because this is not opalescent. This is not translucent glitter, so we cannot use UV resin. Do not make this mistake. If it is not a translucent glitter, if you can't see through it, if you put it on blue and you put the glitter on it, if you can't see that blue through the glitter, if it doesn't come through, then that glitter will not be usable with UV resin because the light can't penetrate through that glitter and cure that UV resin. So there will be glitter, UV resin underneath that never cures, which is toxic. Do not do that. It will leach even if you do this and you got your UV resin there and then you put 2 coats of epoxy over it and you're like, no, it's dry, it's perfect. That UV resin will leach through. It is not cured. It cannot cure. So it will leach through and the vapors of it will come through this. And you may give this to somebody who has, like me, and a UV resin epoxy allergy. And I would be having a reaction and have no idea why, because I'm just using this cup and also my face explodes and I have to go to the urgent care. I'm like, I don't know what it is. But that's what it is. But like your customer or your person who gets it from you has no idea that this is leaching that into them and they touch it with their hand, they wash it with their other dishes, they come in contact. That's how allergic I am. I'm crazy allergic. What color purple is that? That's Harold. That's Harold. So this is Harold with it's one I always say wrong. Gilmore. So this is Harold with Gilmore over it. So Gilmore is like the chunky mint color that is on here. And then, so obviously it's over, but the purple part of this is Harold. And then Gilmore is the chunky bits that you see over the top of it. Okay, so we're gonna have Connor over here. So if you guys are just jumping on, there is a new complete pack up on the website. It's beautiful. It's what we have on this tumbler. It comes with this decal, a bunch of the other ones. You'll see that you got full sheets and all that. That super complete pack is up on the website right now. There's a total of 25 of them. There's only 25 of them available. I don't know how many's left since the earlier live. We did this earlier on the live this morning. We're gonna get that guy under epoxy. So let's put my silicone mat down. Okay, silicone mat. Okay, while we're at it, we are going to go ahead and epoxy our other tumbler as well. We've got our peach tumbler. Ready to rock and roll. Sorry, I need to turn off one light. I have an extension cord, but I haven't been inside the rat hole since Ivan and I did all that work in there. And I'm just like avoiding it. And I don't want to go in there and go get my extension cord. It will just be the rat hole extension cord. And then when that is all fixed in there. If you haven't heard the story of this house, holy moly. Holy moly. The under the house basement part was fully infested with rats. And I don't mean like rats had just moved in, like rats have been fully moved in and living in this house for probably years, 5 years, 10 years. I don't know. It's gnarly. So Ivan and I got in. Ivan was sitting there. He worked hard. Babe, you worked hard if you're watching. But I was the one having to do 90% of it because he couldn't fit between the beams. He's too big. And so I was having to go through the beams. I had to pull it all off the roof and off the walls. And it's just feces and urine infested and then drag it out so that he could then shove it into a trash bag. But I'm literally like crawling in little holes. I had rats jumping on my arms, on my face, like. But we got it all cleaned out. So normally in this space, Christy sent me this wonderful like fragrance thing. This space used to smell putrid, but now now that we've pulled all that disgusting stuff off the wall, ceiling of this and off the walls of this, the worst spot was really this corner right here in this, but inside that under the crawl space. So we're disinfecting, we're spraying disinfectant. We sprayed and sprayed and sprayed and sprayed and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and sprayed and sprayed and sprayed. When you have time, can you activate the things on your sticky note? I've been waiting on the sunflower UV to finish my desk set. Oh, I thought Alyssa did it. She said, I got you, girl, on the live. So I thought she got it. Yeah, I can do that. I'm sorry. The reason it didn't get done is because Alyssa had said, I got you, girl. So I thought she did it. Is Alyssa still here? Okay, I got you. That's why it didn't get done, is because I thought it was done already. Okay. Yep. Sticky notes. I got it. Okay, so we're gonna epoxy this guy. Anywho, I don't know why I just shared the rat hole story with you guys. We're gonna epoxy this guy, a thin layer. I'm not gonna go too crazy. Because it's already pretty heavy. It had a really, really chunky glitter on it, so it needed quite a bit of epoxy. This is gonna be a big paperweight because it's got a lot of epoxy on it. I don't care though, I love it. So let's get it on. So we're gonna put it right onto the turner. I feel like this one is missing. I don't know where the phone would be. This room is a mess. I feel like I just organized this room 3 days ago and it's already a mess. The sunflower, leopard sunflower UV DTF. She wants that as a outfit as a sublimation print, a vinyl wrap, or a sublimated tumbler. She wants it available in the options. Okay. Okay, here we go. So she is here. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and suit up. We're gonna get the epoxy mix for this. I'm gonna mix this epoxy. I'm also gonna save some so that we can do the butt of this tumbler. Okay, now I'm suiting up. If you missed this announcement, there is up on the website, there are 3 active coupon codes. They're basically like buy a rhinestone, get a rhinestone free, buy a UV DTF, get a UV DTF, buy a micro mix, get a micro mix free. Okay, so you can find all those coupons. Go to iwantglitter.com. It's at the bottom of your screen. Then you're going to click on today's deals. Okay, I'm not sure what you needed, pecan. It is a full sheet UV DTF. Okay. Oh, here we go. Sorry, my computer just came back online. Oh, apparently I never went live on Instagram. That's really funny. Okay. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna mix the epoxy for this. We're gonna shoot to have leftovers to be able to do this. You can do these in UV resin. The reason I'm not using UV resin is because I am going to be using a holographic metallic glitter. It is not translucent, so UV light will not penetrate through the glitter. So it will not fully cure that UV resin. It'll cure on the top, but everything underneath will stay like gooey and jelly, and it'll be a mess. So please don't do that. Use epoxy if you need to. If you're doing if you're using a glitter that is metallic or holographic, make sure you use regular epoxy for your butts. Okay, so we're going to mix for this guy, and then we're going to coat this guy, and then we're going to do our tumbler, the butt of our tumbler. All right, so we're going to do 10 and 10, 10 milliliters A, 10 milliliters B. They're stick. Alyssa, on my next order, since you're watching, can you put in some short stir sticks? I only have these really long ones, and they're really a pain with these little tiny cups. Okay, so we're gonna go 10 mLs. Yes, I am that person who's never put my resin into other bottles. I've tried the whole squeeze bottles and stuff. They end up ultimately making a giant mess for me, so I don't do that. I just keep mine in my big bottles. That's enough mess. for me. Okay. Part A. Part B. I feel like the conversation, I've had this conversation quite a bit lately, is that yes, epoxy does have a shelf life. Well, we're going to be doing 30 ml because I did too much. Epoxy does have a shelf life. They say it is like 6 months or something shelf life. However, that's just because at that point it starts oxidizing, not because the epoxy isn't good anymore. So this epoxy is like 2 years old and it still cures beautifully. Oh, 1 year old. This is, sorry, a year and a half old. I was thinking it was from when we implanted Betty, but it's not. It's from the summer when Betty had been born already. So it's a year, almost 2 years, I guess. Or yeah. Anyway, it's really old, and so you can see it's what I've been using. It's what we put on this tumbler. It's what we've been putting on all my tumblers and all my projects, because it does still work. It's just going to oxidize in that bottle and turn a little bit yellow. All epoxy yellows eventually. That's why I don't really like tumblers that are white. I should bring a tumbler down. It's from 10 years ago and show you guys this tumbler. That's why I'm not really big on white tumblers, because they are gonna yellow a little bit, quite a bit, and so it's not gonna stay white for very long. So that's why I'm not a big fan of those white tumblers. However, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the epoxies. Just the way it is, the nature of the beast. Yes, brands are like, oh, we have anti-yellowing. It won't yellow. It all yellows. It will all yellow eventually. If you know of a brand that never yellows, if you have a cup that's 5 years old and you use this brand's some brand of epoxy on it, and it's white and it's still crystal white, I would be very interested to hear about that. This cup is so classy and fun at the same time, right? Sorry, this cup is like in view. It's blocking everything. Okay, I always clean my stir sticks right away. I don't need all that up in my business. Okay, this tumbler is off kilter because I shoved it up onto the tumbler, but I can put something big underneath it to even it out. Okay, level it out. Okay, so we're going to take this.
Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, Mom, we're going.
You cannot go over there. One, you can't be down here because I'm using epoxy, but two, you cannot just go over there because the baby is still sleeping. You have to wait till the baby wakes up. You cannot go yet. You have to wait. You can go in a little bit. You can go in a little bit when I'm done. My kids know. She came down, she saw me with the mask on. She's like, oh. The neighbor texted me and said, can the kids come over and play? So I didn't respond, so she probably walked over. So the kids want to go over and play. All right, so we're just applying this epoxy. We're going to bring it all the way up to the neck. Okay, bring it all the way up. Catch that drip. I'm not doing a thick, heavy layer. Keeping it very mild. Because this cup has quite a bit of epoxy already on it, and I know I'm probably going to end up doing one more coat of epoxy. So just keeping it thin. We just want it, really what this is now kind of sealing in these decals. And really making it a much more durable cup and getting a smooth surface over the top. All right, so there we go, rocking and rolling. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna move this behind me. This cup is so pretty. This is the other tumbler we were talking about, the peach one that we glittered the other day. Okay, we're gonna move this back here. Let that keep rolling. Okay, now we're gonna do this guy. Now, when you guys do these, sand this inside piece. Some paper. I don't know where that's sandpaper. If it's yellow, so it should be pretty easy to see. Oh well. I don't know. I used it here. Should be sitting here. It is not. And the wall. Okay. It'll be faster for English to have another place. Okay. This is why my room is such a mess, because I do that and then I don't clean it up. All right, so we're gonna just gently scuff up the surface here so that this epoxy sticks very well. Okay. Where's my shop rag? Oh, that's off. I'm wearing my chemical respirator. Otherwise, I would have added just a little bit of water to that. So the dust doesn't go up in the air, because I got my respirator on. I'm not worried about the dust. Okay. Then we're going to take this and we're going to mix a separate little cup. And we're going to add connor. Okay. And we're going to bring it in. Now I can always add a little bit more. It looks like I'm probably going to need a little bit more glitter. Sorry, a little bit more epoxy. Because it is regular epoxy, I can add quite a bit of glitter. It's going to cure up regardless. Get a little drip drop in there. Okay, then we're going to push this to the outside edge. And get it to touch that outside edge and stick. Because this is doming, a doming product, it will not just naturally flow into this space. It has to be pushed to those outer edges. It will dome from there, but it needs to be stuck there to start. Okay, what you want to do is also then hold it to the side. You want to like hold it to the side, and if you hold it completely to the side and you can see any of that epoxy lumped up, then you have too much. It will contract a little bit, but if it's bubbled up over that edge at all, that cup is not going to sit flat. So it's better to be slightly under than slightly over. Thank you, Amy. Okay, so it's better to be slightly under the lip than slightly over the lip. Now, I know this table that I'm working on is not level. If I was here, I'd have him down here leveling it and getting it prepped. It wants to go that way. So it's higher on this side than this side, so it naturally wants to go that way. So I'm gonna move it behind me so I know that window is level. I'm just doing a quick little pop, pop, pop to get those little pieces off. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it behind me.
Okay, and we'll let that cure up. In a few seconds, I'm going to turn around and check to make sure it hasn't actually gone one way or the other. Do you sand the sublimation part as well? I have not sanded the print. Should I have been? No, don't sublimate the print. The only reason I sublimated, I sanded that is because it's white. You're not going to see it. It's going to be underneath all that glitter. But no, do not sublimate the print. And if you are sealing that under another coat of epoxy, you also do not need to sand it. But because that's not going to be epoxied, I'm just glittering the butt and I'm not going to mail it out to somebody. I don't know if they're going to epoxy it or not. Once they get it, I'm sanding it so that it's as durable as possible. That is nice and flat and level. So we're going to let that just rock and roll. Yeah, because I don't know if they're going to epoxy over this. So I'm making it as durable as it can possibly be, leaving this place. And so that's with just a little bit of sanding. All right, let's get this guy done. So this tumbler, I think is going to work really, really beautifully with the other complete pack. The Positive Vibes complete pack. There's like 5 or 6 of these left. There's not a ton of these left. This is the complete pack. This one has the peonies and the butterflies and the fairies. So this tumbler, I think is going to be beautiful with this complete pack. So I've been working on this one. This is one that we actually glittered, like, again, same time as that other one, like 2 years ago. And I re-glittered it. Who did we put over the top of this one? Who was this? It wasn't Christian. My brain wants to think it's Christian, but it wasn't Christian. Does anybody remember this line? Because that's the name of it is not going to come from me. We're not going to recall right here. Samuel? No, Samuel is white. Samson? Is it? Oh, I don't remember. Anywho, so we glittered it to give it more glitter. We went ahead and glittered over the top of it. We put a very thin coat of epoxy on. This was the glitter that was there first. It was a live mix, but it was really sparse. And so then we went ahead and added more glitter over the top, and I got carried away and just kept going and going and going. And added a ton of glitter. So we kind of covered up all the original glitter. That wasn't really the intent, but I got carried away. So we did. Okay, so we're just using that last little bit of glitter that was, epoxy that was from that last cup. Because I don't want to waste anything. Epoxy is epoxy. Drip is a drip. A drip is a usable drip. Okay. Now I'm going to mix the next batch of epoxy. This wasn't Job. This is more of an opalescent color. I would have to dig through all these. I don't think it's sitting on my desk. I'm pretty sure I stuck it back this way. You guys, I threw these all over my floor the other day looking for a color. And then I just picked it up and just jammed it all back in here. So they're not even like that thing. That color won't even be like on the top anymore. Because it's just Schmidt. Here it was on top. Schmidt. So the color on here is Schmidt. It's a really pretty, soft peach color. Okay. Okay. I mark my cups. That way it's easier for me to see the lines that I'm shooting for when I'm measuring. Okay. If you're just jumping in, you guys, we have 3 active coupon codes right now. They're all buy something, get something free. So you can essentially buy three different things and get 3 different things for free. One is a UVDTF, one is a micro mix, and one is a regular mix. You can find all those coupon codes under today's deals. Go to iwantglitter.com, click on today's deals. You're going to see a listing on there that says coupon codes. That's where you're going to click. Read those coupon codes. It'll tell you what to put in your shopping cart. All those items are on that first page of today's deal, so they're easy to find. If you want to find them, just scroll down. They're all there. Click, click, click. You can put all 6 of those in your shopping cart, then apply all 3 of those coupon codes to your cart, and it will give you one free. They are one use per person because they are limited quantity of what's in stock for each thing. And be mindful that when there's no more stock left of something that a coupon code works for, the code won't work anymore. So if we sell out of the Juicy, that's the one that was closest to being sold out, was the Juicy Jewels rhinestones. When that one sells out, then that code won't work anymore. Okay, we also, like I said, we have the new complete pack that's up on the website. We have new glass rhinestones that are up today. They are the upside down glass rhinestones. They are the upside down glass rhinestones. There are also 5 new tumbler designs. So the koi fish that we were just working on just now, that is one of today's new tumbler designs. You can get it as a sublimation print, a vinyl wrap, or as a pre-sublimated tumbler, just as I was showing it off there. So we have a lot today because we're all out shopping for everyone else, taking care of everyone else, making sure we have all these amazing meals cooked for people and gifts wrapped for everyone. And sometimes we forget ourselves. So let's remember ourselves today. We're calling today Treat Yourself Day. So we have a lot of new stuff launched on the website today to treat yourself. And keep in mind, we have no warehouse crew in the warehouse. Today is our last day, and they will not be back until January 5th. So orders will not be leaving the warehouse now until January 5th. So just keep that in mind. Please don't message customer service asking where your order is. Nobody will answer your customer service anyway. We're all on hiatus. Repetitive customer service questions. Just backlog. Poor Alyssa. All right, we're just getting, this is the first coat of epoxy over this glitter. This cup is slightly imperfect. We're doing a pivot on this cup because this cup was glittered and then stuck in a bag and banged around in my mom's, and like put up in her shed and stuff for however long. And then they brought it over here. This kind of got shoved in the car and brought over here. And so a lot of the glitter had been knocked off and messed up a little pretty bad. So we're just kind of reworking it, honestly, to make it a usable, beautiful cup again. Once this gets covered with all those beautiful decals, it's going to be amazing. Okay, I have a little bit of epoxy left. So if you've worked with epoxy for a while, your goal with your coats of epoxy, you're not trying to get a full coverage, smooth surface with one coat of epoxy, guys. If you're going for that, you're going to have a lot of problems on your tumblers because you're going to end up with bubbles and bubble butts and necks, like a lot of epoxy buildup on the neck, because it's going to self-level into weird places as it cures. So always put a nice thin layer on each time, not a hang method layer, but a thinner layer. This one we used about 20 grams, because we had about 5 grams from the previous mix, and then we used about 15 of these 20 grams that I mixed. We got about 5 grams left. So there's about 20 grams on there, which is appropriate. 20 grams is a very normal amount of epoxy to put onto a tumbler. We can do a quick torching on this guy. Now that we've got the epoxy on this one, you can really start seeing that chunky glitter through it. Okay. And this guy is actually going to go behind me again as well. Okay, now I've got a little bit of epoxy left here, so let's go ahead and just make sure there's no epoxy on my workspace. Let's glitter the butt of a tumbler. Okay, let's do this guy. This is the tumbler that I've been working on. I don't know where my craft knife went to. I was using it earlier. Okay. Now this guy, I'm gonna go for this like blue. I think I'm gonna go with Zade. This one is also not going to go under epoxy. So I'm just gonna go in and very carefully sand, scuff up that surface so that epoxy grips really, really good. Okay. Normally I would wash this with soap and water really quick and let it dry, but we're just rolling through. Okay. Put about a little on there. Now, if I had the patience, all of my tumblers, but I get too excited and I just start a tumbler without getting it glittered and epoxied. So that's why this one is just going to get the glitter butt, not the glitter and epoxy over the top. Because I was too excited this day and I love this design and I just dove in. Because I like to make myself crazy. I know I'm even doing it in the moment. I'm like, this, I should not be starting this tumbler, but I don't care. Baby wipe. Baby wipes are your absolute best friend with epoxy. So keep them handy. Same thing, we're just going to gently go in here. Now, this is a great thing to have. Just some ready tumblers around you so that when you do epoxy on a tumbler, you don't waste that last 5, 6, 7 grams that you don't use on your epoxy coating. And it doesn't go to waste. You use it for to glitter something beautifully. Now this is not a flat edge tumbler. It's a little bit more curved. I'm not as big of a fan of these. They're slightly harder to work with. Not that bad though. This is going to be a really fun one to work on for sure. I love feathers with the rhinestones. Love it. I'm going to check my other tumbler to make sure that that epoxy is level on the other tumbler that we have behind us. These two, these are the two. I'm going to pocket this one off, take a little thing to make sure there's no bubbles in it. Yeah, I think feathers and dream catchers are two of my favorite things to do. And manes, hair, like wavy hair. Those are my favorite things to rhinestone because they just look so good with that. I love the feathers and the colors that come off the feathers. The dream catcher is just, it brings the dream catcher to life, and anything with hair. The horses, the girls, and anything of the mermaids, everything with wavy hair. Hello, Miss Scrap Away, Darcy. All right. So that's going to complete our life for today, you guys. We got quite a bit done actually today. We got these two tumblers turning, rocking and rolling. I'm just checking, make sure we're level, going good. There are, I got to keep my mask on. Sorry, guys. There are 2 complete packs up on the website. There's one new one is today. Then we have a few left from the one last week. So this complete pack is the one that we're going to work on for that peach tumbler. You're going to get this 20-ounce wrap this fold sheet wrap, this full sheet of feather fairies, butterflies, and wildflowers, and then this total tumbler. They're basically two total tumblers. And this total tumbler with all the decals and the peonies and the butterflies. That is complete pack number 1. Well, not number 1. It doesn't have a number 2. This is called Positive Vibes. And then today's, I think, is it called Breathless? What is today's called? What is going on? Why is my computer starting? Oh, computer. Let me log back in. And then this one is called Strength. Sorry. Oh yeah, this is Strength. So this one is called Strength. I used some of it. The tumbler that has the skull and the cowgirl on it. Those are all decals from this complete pack. This complete pack comes with this 20-ounce wrap. All these little bonus ones on the side. It comes with this full sheet. Okay. It comes with this full sheet of succulents. These beautiful colored succulents. These are all individuals to be applied onto the tumbler. And then this is the rest of the decals. It's because the white wildflowers, some black wildflowers, and this one that says, you won't be everyone's cup of tea because you're champagne, darling. And then it has those other decals all there. And the big giant 5.5-inch skull, the big skull, that is all part of this one. Okay. So you can see this under today's deals, y'all. I'm struggling to find the new. Maddie, let me get it for you. Hold on, just give me a second. Just give me a second, Maddie. I can bring it up. So I don't know it off the top of my head. So we do so much stuff. Okay, Maddie, I'm going to type in the comments just so you can see it written out. This will only count it for you if you paid for this. It's attached to your email, so I'm writing this coupon code, but if you didn't join into the club, you can try the coupon code, but it won't work for you. Sorry. Okay, Maddie, I just put, oh, there. Alyssa's faster than me. Okay. Alyssa, can you make a note for me to go back through and check Maddie's orders and then give her a store credit for the amount that she overpaid since she signed into the club? We got you. I got you, Maddie. We'll get you taken care of, girl. We'll get you taken care of. I'll give you a store credit for whatever your overages have been. All right, y'all. I'm going to take off. Make sure you use your coupon codes. There's 3 active awesome coupon codes today. If you go to today's deals, let's go to the website. My computer's super dirty. Sorry, guys. It always looks like this. There's always glitter and junk all over it. Right here. You're going to see the coupon codes right there. Midnight, Island, and Juicy. It also tells you what you buy and what the things you have to add to your cart, which ones you're paying for and which ones you get free. If you click on this, it's also going to be just basically rewritten over here. What you add to your shopping cart and what you get for free. There's 6 items. 3 of them you'll pay for, 3 of them you'll get free. And you got to put those 3 coupon codes in. If you just click add to cart to this, it does not activate any coupon codes for you. I just do this so that you guys have a visual place to go and check to make sure you're doing it right. Because if we don't do this, we got a lot of people say the code's not working. Well, we know the code's working because we can see everyone use it. It's user error. This way you can go in and check to make sure you're putting the code in, spelling it properly, or you're making sure that the right items are in, and you don't have to rewatch my whole lives. You can just go here and reference this, right? So all the items that are buy this, get that free, we call this buy this, get that. Buy this, get that. Buy this, get that free are under today's deals on the first page. You can find all 6 items under today's deals. Oh, hi, Jay. Okay, so but those will, once those items sell out, the coupon codes will say not valid, because the items have sold out. We can't, I mean, it's all last supplies last. Okay, so get your goodies, stock up. I will be live with you guys tomorrow, probably like I did today, a little bit earlier. We'll see how the household goes. It's a little crazy having the baby home, but the girls did really good. They were playing with her outside, and it was so cute. And she's napping now. She's still napping, which is crazy. Thank God she's still napping. Yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm actually going to be live with you guys on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, earlier in the days, I'm sure. All of our holidays, well, Christmas Day will probably be in the evening. Christmas Eve will be in the morning. Christmas Day will be in the evening. So it'll be opposite, because Christmas Eve, we got nothing going on in the morning other than I'm going to make Ivan take the kids out so I can wrap presents. And then, or maybe I'll take the kids out and leave him to wrap presents. I do not want to wrap presents. Um, then Christmas Day we do Santa Claus here with our kids, and then we go over to my mom's house and celebrate with my mom, my sister, my nephew, his girlfriend, like that's a little bit immediate family, and mom and dad. And then we go to my aunt's house for my mom's side of the family, like a huge, it's absolute chaos, and it's wonderful. It's like loud and chaotic, and it's like one of my favorite parts of my whole year is that gathering of my family. And we do that game where you can steal presents from each other, and it gets competitive, but like in a fun, like nobody cares what they actually get, but it's just really fun. Everyone connives, and it's like strategizing. It's really, really fun. So we just have a lot of fun with that side of my family. Well, both sides of my family, but that particular, there's like 50 family members there. It gets absolutely nuts. But it's fun, and the kids are having a total blast. This year, because last year the younger kids don't actually participate in the gift swapping thing, because all the aunts and stuff buy them gifts, so they have like their own pile of gifts, and then the adults are doing this funny little gift exchange. But my kids are tipping into that age where last year they wanted to participate, but we didn't bring a gift for them to put in. And so this year I said, do you guys want to participate or not? And they all said yes. So we are all the whole Pin Zone crew is doing exchanging. Yeah, so the girls they're already like, ooh, then I had them pick out presents, and now they're already like, I'm gonna steal my own gift back. I'm like, you can. So it's been really fun. Zilia picked like 6 or 7 jars of fancy pickles. It's gonna go in her box for her giveaway. That's her gift she's contributing, was olives and pickles. So it's literally somebody's gonna open a box. It's not even a gag gift, because I would steal that gift. It's all fancy pickles, like not just like grocery store pickles, but like fancy pickles and fancy olives. So my nephew also, funny story. My nephew was here when we first moved into the house, and he was talking to the girls. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to change my life. I really need to make some changes. She's like, I really just want to be able to afford chimichangas. And the girl's like, what's a chimichanga? And he's trying to explain it. And we were at Costco yesterday, and they had in the frozen section a whole box of chimichangas. So they're like, we gotta get this for Steven. Now we already have him the Christmas present, but I was like, we'll get it. So we're gonna wrap it and keep it in the freezer, put it in the freezer at my parents' house. And then when it's time for him to open his gift, we're gonna bring out the box of frozen chimichangas. Yes, right, Alyssa. That's what I said. I'm like, I might even steal our own gift back, because it's not like the little cheapy olives. They're like the one pack of these olives was $10. Yeah. So Maddie, if you're still here, Alyssa's asking if you go by a different name in our system because she can't find you. Oh, look. Her last name is Look. That's what I was just gonna say. I was like, I know who that is, actually. Okay, she's got it. You see it, Matt, Alyssa? Okay. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna jam. I need to tighten my mask. It wants to slide down my face. It's still hooked on there really well, but it wants to slide down my face. I'm sweating in there. All right, you guys. Thank you. We'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.